Right, so the last few months have been very much taken up with the analyses, reviews, etc. And this isn't the video where I'm giving up on them, I'm enjoying them. The fact that I overanalyze things naturally anyway means it's a good fit for me, and I'm just putting it in a more creative, constructive kind of way. But it has meant things that I would normally perhaps have covered have passed me by. Now, I did the UKIP vlog around the time of the local election here, and I did say in that, and I did intend to perhaps things that came up, just do little videos on them. But it's either been time constraints, chasing things up like in my actual personal life, like I've had to recently chase up a hospital for something from last July, or just simply fibromyalgia, foggy brain syndrome. It does happen. It's a real thing. Ask anyone who has it. Some memories, you're like a barnacle on a ship. That memory is staying with you no matter what. On your deathbed, if you remember nothing else, you will remember that. Other things, 5 seconds ago someone told you something, 3 seconds ago you forgot it. That can be a thing. Unfortunately though, sometimes you will remember this thing 5-6 days later, at which point the boat's kind of sailed. Are you going to suddenly bring it up way after the fact? And that's how I felt with some of these things. I'm not saying that this is necessarily going to be a regular thing, once a month catch up kind of thing. It's just because I haven't done those vlogs, I just wanted to sort of cover off these things because they've still been stuck in the back of my brain, and I feel I need the catharsis. So, in no specific order, here's some of the things that I should have covered in brief over the last few months. President Trump. Why? Just why? Just why? Why? Next thing. Pewdiepie is a Nazi. Look, rape jokes, Holocaust jokes, they're very touchy subjects. Did he take it too far? Yes. I know he was trying to say how Fiverr was a bad thing, that you could basically abuse people for money, the rich can basically make fun of the poor. That's what it was for, and it backfired. At the end of the day, if you're not confident in the material, don't tackle it. I'm not saying necessarily that Felix is a good guy or anything like that. I don't know him personally for one, so I can't really say. My impression of him is he's, like he said himself, very much a rookie comedian. He chose a mark that, yes, I agree, was punching down, and you never punch down. Always punch up. He chose a mark that was punching down. He didn't handle it well. The fallout he didn't handle particularly well either. He's a lovable idiot, I think, is the nicest way. That's my take on it. Muslim travel ban. This links back to Trump. Why? Next. Triggering of Article 50. Oh, triggered is the word. Oh, yeah. And the whole approach of, well, it's what's happening. It'll lump it, and going in with no concrete plan. Yeah, well, I've already done a Brexit view before. We know my views on it, and it's happening. The only thing we can do now is do what we can to make sure we get the best out of it. We get the best deal out of it. Just try and secure the rights of EU nationals already living and working here, and of Brits working and living abroad. Make sure there's fair deals all round, good trade deals, everyone walks away happy, and no one enters into a post-apocalyptic nightmare world, ideally. So those are really, I think, the big things that have stuck in my brain and made me rather frustrated. And like I say, those are my quick thoughts on them. Some more seriously tackled than others, but frankly, some you can't tackle that seriously, realistically, can you? So we'll be back next week with more analyses and such. So until next time, as always, take care.